Hello, everybody. Hi. I'm just waiting for a few of you to join. I'm sorry, I think I'm a couple of minutes late. Hi. If you've joined, please go ahead and say hi so I know who's joined. Hi, Ram. Very good evening. How are you doing? Say hi and or mention hi when you join in so I know who all has joined. Very good evening, everyone. I'm sorry I'm a little late today. How are the boys, Ram? And how's the weather? Hi, Jyotirmay. Very good evening. So glad you joined. So let's see if anyone else is joining. Let's say hi, and I'm probably going to give it like a minute and then we can start off. Hi, Sam. Very good evening. I am a couple of minutes late. Hi, Rama. Thanks for joining. Hi, Arihant Kotari. Okay, good evening. I hope my voice is audible. Please just say yes, Sam, or is the voice okay? Is it clear enough? Okay. So probably like another minute and then let's start off with the session. Hey AK Ray, thanks for joining in. I do see some of your posts, very good ones. Thank you, Sam. And a very happy belated birthday. Hope you had a good day. Okay, I'm just going to wait for a couple of them to join in and then let's start off the session. Yes. Yep. Yes, it's perfect. Thanks, Jyotirmay. Super. And I'm so glad to see so many of you joining me every week almost for the Winner Mindset series with Viji Murthy. And I'm so glad to be able to have you all again and again. And it really gives me the confirmation that, my sessions are helping you all. So that's fantastic. Hi, Kiran. Hi, Nadia. Hey, babe. Thank you so much for joining in. Ram says all are good, doing good, safe at home. Very nice. Yes, please be safe. So some of you know I'm in Bangalore, and there has been a relaxation in the lockdown that they've lifted just last week. That is this Monday, and thanks. I love your post too. Okay. Yep. Hi, Soumya. So fantastic. My soul sister as well joining in. So they've just removed and relaxed the lockdown views, lockdown cases in Bangalore. So that's kind of given us a little bit of air to breathe. However, I see so many of them still taking precaution. Okay, hey Jyoti, thanks for joining in. Okay, so let me start off the session then. So very, very good evening, and thanks everyone for joining me today with the session on gratitude. Yes, and the reason I've also mentioned scientific reasons as to why we should practice gratitude is a lot of them do believe in a lot of logic, believe in something that is more physical, that you can actually go ahead and feel it, touch it, and see it, and also believe in a lot of scientific proof. However, that's not necessarily the case, and all of you all know about it. However, I am going to give you all few scientific reasons as well, and also we will jump in, and I'm going to have very, very exciting exercises for you all. So hang in there. I have about 2 to 3 amazing exercise for you all to do today, and that's going to kind of kickstart your feeling towards gratitude. And how do you actually practice gratitude? Yes, that's something that I'm going to teach you all right today. So yes, warm welcome to the Winner Mindset series with Viji Murthy, and today's session is how and why should we be practicing gratitude. Just before I delve into the topic or the meaning of gratitude, I think this is the right time for us to really I don't want to usually use that word, but then I have to, right? During this COVID situation or this pandemic situation, what we're going through is extremely tough physically, mentally, and psychologically financially, like I have also spoken about a lot of my other previous live sessions as well. While I was preparing for this session, what really struck me was it is so much also in line with my previous live session on building emotional stamina, and this is such an amazing tie between the two. And this particular session is going to help you all actually practice and do it from your heart, and that's my main agenda today, and how to do it is my agenda, and I'm very keen on that, right? So yeah, during this time, these times that we are actually living in, going into your heart, going into your spirit, going into your soul, going into your true heart, and really grounding yourself, being and seeing the positive sides is also extremely important. And that's something I'm sure all of you all will agree is more than now than ever, right? Okay, so how many of you will agree with me? Just say yes, and just or raise your hands. Hi Manish, thanks for joining in. Okay, right, so let's move ahead. Okay, so I'm going to tell you what the actual meaning or dictionary meaning of gratitude is. The quality of being thankful, readiness to show appreciation for and to return kindness. Yes, Sam, you agree, so absolutely bang on. Right, so I'm going to repeat the definition of gratitude again, so listen to it carefully. The quality of being thankful, readiness to show appreciation for and to return kindness. Yes, and this for me and according to me is broken into two parts. One, readiness to show appreciation. So gratitude, I know the first thing everybody talks about or thinks about gratitude, and the first word that comes up in mind is gratitude journal. Yes, that's the how part. However, did you even know that gratitude is not always about just writing down about what you're thankful about, but they have two parts to gratitude. One is the readiness to show appreciation. Yes, you might very well say thank you. You might very well say yes, thank you so much for helping me. Being really grateful for somebody who's kind of helping you. However, it also comes with the first step of being ready and to be able to show that appreciation. Yes, first point is to actually show appreciation, right? And the readiness to be able to show it. Okay, so I would probably say it in such a way that readiness to show appreciation, the first part would be return the kindness, right? So one, you should have the readiness in the sense that plain simple language, what I would really say is not fake it, right? Don't fake something that you're appreciating somebody and just fake it. However, if you have really not practiced it, I would really say just like confidence, you've got to fake it in the beginning. Hi Manish, hi Dilip for joining in. In the beginning, I would say just fake it, right? Just like confidence, right? If you're not too sure about something, you are going to put up a brave front and you're going to walk into that meeting and then really try and see what best you can do. It's the same thing with appreciation, right? The same thing with being ready. Just start faking it. Oh yes, thank you and I really appreciate it, and really start feeling it. Over a period of time, you will actually start feeling it, right? I hope this makes sense. Okay, and it will become a second nature, and that's what I really want to drive home today. Don't do something for the sake of doing. Don't say thank you for the sake of saying thank you. Don't smile at somebody just for the sake of smiling. However, do it with utter sincerity, with utter dedication, and with utter feeling from your heart. That's what's important for gratitude, and I'll tell you why, and it is going to help you as well, right? And the second part is return the kindness. Yeah, if you see the definition that I mentioned, the second part is return the kindness. And when I say return the kindness, this is where you can actually do something good, right? So gratitude is the way you practice is first being ready and show the appreciation. The second part of gratitude is return the kindness, and the way you return your kindness or return the kindness is So when I was really preparing for this, another thought that came to my mind is, there will be so many of them helping you out, especially in this particular situation, right? There are so many of them who need our help. One, definitely, I'm sure there are so many of you out here who are helping so many of them. There could also be someone who's helping you in ways that you yourself never imagined, right? It could be an emotional support that somebody is actually giving you, right? Not necessarily a monetary or a physical, work kind of, help. But try and find ways to give that back to somebody else who really needs it. So someone is, helping you to remain stable and emotionally strong. Try and look for someone else who's in need of the same requirement, or someone you think who's in trouble and is not able to really stand the situation or stand the trauma or the downtime that they're going through. Give them that shoulder. Help them emotionally as well, right? So of course that is the second part, and the way I look at it is, what is it that you can do minimum, right? It doesn't have to be really big all the time. So I can give you an example. And a community that we are living in, for a long period of time, so there are about 10 security guards where I live, right? And for a very long time, when everything was shut, they don't even have their families here who could cook for them or even give them tea, or even the nearby Ganesh hotels or the standby hotels. None of them were available. So we as a community came up with a group of volunteers where we called ourselves as caremongers. And what we've done is, they need 4 times tea and biscuits because they have two shifts, people circulate. So we've made a timetable where I will give tea at 11 o'clock, somebody will give tea at 3 o'clock, somebody else will give at 9 o'clock tea. And you know what? It's not a big deal. But when you're doing it, when you're preparing that tea with your own hand for that 13, 14 people or 10 people, depending on the shift, the satisfaction that you have is immense. And when you're giving it, give it with a prayer. Bless that tea, bless that coffee, bless that, whatever snacks that you're giving them, right? It's not always going out of your vicinity, out of your way, trying to look for people, but look around. You will have your own people around you who will actually, who someone you can help. There is somebody, I remember last year sometime, this was an idea that I had, that during summer, what I would do is, when I was traveling by autos or cabs, I would carry an extra Amul packet buttermilk. Yes, I would carry an extra Amul butter, sachet, or that, that Tetra pack. And to all the cabs or the auto drivers that I would travel with, I would hand them over a buttermilk Tetra pack to them. And the smile that they had, the feeling that they had it's so unexpected, right? So do things where people are not expecting. That's also very important. And you as well, be creative and bring out the creativeness when you want to return the kindness. Okay, now quickly let's move on to the next one. Okay, also another part to this is, you can actually do something very simple as well. Yes, they are not necessarily physical in terms of giving things or giving materials out, but something which what I've mentioned or what I talk about is using kind words. Yes, using kind words, and it is so underrated, I would say, right? Kind words, that's something that a lot of them don't expect. But please bring that back culture into you and your family and yourself, and that's also a part of gratitude. Okay, another one is kind thoughts, kind messages, and kind examples. That's also a form of kindness, and it's not as simple as you say, but when you practice it, when you start practicing it, you will really know what I mean. Okay, and I'm going to get into how a little bit later, but now I'm also going to talk about the why, right? Just before the why, what I also was thinking, and in fact I mentioned to you all about, is emotional stamina. It's tied up to building your emotional stamina. practicing gratitude really helps you become mentally strong. Yes, it does really help you to become mentally strong, mentally stable. People start seeing the difference in you because you're able to handle situations better, and by practicing gratitude, all of that falls in line. All right. Okay. Another reason or why I would say is make way for, okay, I'm going to come into that a little later. Okay, the why. Okay, Sam says something. Sam is saying, yes, speak with respect to all, give respect and take respect. Totally agree. Right. Respect is definitely one, Sam. You know, that's so deep in our culture, in the way we are, kind of taught things. But kind words, not many of them really focus on. Respect is definitely, but using kind words, right? Saying thank you, saying I appreciate it, really saying, words like you look beautiful, you have a great smile, you have a lovely firm handshake, you have a great website, the talk that you gave today really moved me. How is it that I can help you today? How is it that I can make a difference to you? The two-liners information that you gave during our meeting the other day really kind of gave a new thought to me. Those are kind words, and I am encouraging you to do such things as well, right? Respect, however, absolutely, I am not taking that away from you. However, kind words and kind thoughts, very important, and you will see the difference that it really starts making to you. Okay. Jyotirmay says we should treat others the way we would like to be treated. Well, all of them say that, but I have a little bit of a different view to that. Let me talk about that probably in some time. But yes, but here we are going one step ahead than all of this what we are talking, right? Like I just said, you might be treated very differently. However, if you see us as a society, I like to say or don't like to say, our society is such that irrespective of how you're treated, you always also want to treat someone else very differently. It's most often than not, it's a very dual way of treatment, right? It could also be, you like something, but then when somebody else is doing that same thing, you might not like it. You yourself would do something, but somebody else is doing that and you don't like it. We do have that kind of a behavior, so I'm not talking about that, right? Okay, so now what I'm going to do is a very quick exercise, considering that today is Mother's Day, and like I've told you in my post, what more amazing than to have this session on gratitude on Mother's Day. So now all of you out here, Purushottam who've just joined us, Mahesh, Ajit Kumar, Sam, Jyotirmay, Dev, Manish, Imran, Smita, hi, Nikhil, Naveen, Dr. Yatri, all of you. Okay, what I want you to do is, and I'm going to read each one of them, I want you to write down one word or one sentence as a gratitude statement for your mother. Right. So when I say gratitude statement, say something very specific. I'm grateful that you have been there for me all the time. I'm grateful that you financially helped me during this time. I'm grateful that you taught me this particular skill. I want you to write right now. Okay, I'm going to give you 30 seconds. Type in and I'm going to start reading them out, guys. So this is your first exercise. And this is a dedication to your mommies and to all the mothers out here as well. A very, very happy Mother's Day. And to me too. Happy Mother's Day to me as well. So go ahead. Write one grateful statement for your mother. Okay, Ram, Nadia, I'm waiting. Go ahead and write one sentence statement of gratitude for your mom. Nikhil says, Ma, you're my best and biggest blessing from the divine. And that is so much from the heart, isn't it? Right? Imagine saying that to her. Okay, Nikhil, I have a challenge for you. Can you do this and can you say this to her today exactly like this? And when you say this, if you can, and I'm sure you will, Tag her if she's on Facebook, or put her picture and say that this is what I told mom, and this is what I told mom, and I told it to her in person. Ma, you're my best and biggest blessing from the divine. Okay, because it's so beautiful. Can you do that, Nikhil, for me? That's a challenge. So tag me, tag your mom if she's on Facebook, say that you said it, and I'm going to follow up with you. I want you to tell that to her in person. Okay. Sam is saying, I'm blessed that my mother has always supported me emotionally through the tough times. That's so amazing. Sam, you too. Please go ahead and convey this to your mom exactly as is. Okay. Manish, hi Manish, thanks for joining in. So good to see you. I'm here. Yes, I missed last week. Okay, Manish, I'm great. You have been there for me always. Thanks for all your support, mom. Yeah. Can you also write something more specific, guys? Right. So this brings in the memories. And when I was doing my research on this topic, what really came up was it triggers hormones and it triggers chemicals in your brain of good experiences in your brain and helps you relive them. Hence, that is always multiplying. When I say that, is the positive affirmations or the positive gratitude statements and feelings keep multiplying. All right. Manish, I want you to be a little bit more specific. Mahesh, what is Mahesh saying? Thank you, my mother taught me the rituals in our family and I'm following the same. So that's good. So what you might also want to do is take one step ahead and say, this particular situation, this particular ritual has helped me become disciplined. For example, I'm just saying that, right? So Mahesh, I want you to break that down a little bit more specific. And what happens is it helps you identify what specifically have you learned and what specifically are you even grateful. And when you're conveying that to her, or when you're seeing what all you've really learned, you've had, and the experiences really bring out the best in you. Okay. Nikhil says, sure, let's do it. Okay, looking forward to tomorrow morning. I need to see your post. Okay, Ajay, thanks for joining in. Hey, Prashant. Ram says, I'm so lucky to have such a wonderful mom in my life. Absolutely. Okay, Ram, I want you to do this as well. If you guys live together, please tell her this to her in person, or have a video call, say this, take a picture and post it and tag me. Okay, Ram? And you could also probably use the same thing, use something very specific that you can tell about her or that she did for you. Okay. All right. Okay, Ram, simplicity, calmness is something. Okay, now this is a challenge, a very good one for you. Yep. I want you to tell her that exact same words. I love your simplicity, mom. I love the calmness in you. And that's something that I really like about you. And I'm so lucky to have such a wonderful mom in my life. All right. I want you to do that. Fantastic, guys. So anyone else? Any comments more coming in? Or I'm going to move ahead. Okay. I hope this helps, because this kind of helps me coach you all immediately, tell you all how you can practice it, and let it also not be statements which are just like open. I want you all to get in more, move more deeply into your heart and really bring out the genuine gratitude statements as well. All right. Okay. My mom is here. So a very happy Mother's Day, mom. I am what I am today is because of you. The liberal world, the liberal childhood, the happy childhood that you gave us, the open-mindedness that you have is what really makes me for what I am today. And there you go, guys. That's my statement for her. I'm going to cry if I have to say another sentence. Okay. Now I'm quickly going to jump into why. Okay. Scientifically proven, right? So gratitude as a subject has been studied extensively by a lot of researchers, by a lot of universities, especially in the US as well, and the European countries. So the research has actually given many proven track records of why practicing gratitude and how does it help you. All right. Yeah. Okay, Sam is saying, wow, this is amazing having you and your mom here. Yes, I know she is a social media freak as well. She's so active. She is self-taught. She is the new age grandparent is what I would say. Yeah, she's active on social media, YouTube, WhatsApp, very tech savvy. All right, okay. Um, the reason what it does is so scientifically they have proven, and this is what happens when you practice gratitude. Okay, first it opens door to more relationships. That's your first part. So what gratitude or practicing gratitude does is it opens more doors to more relationships. This is very self-explanatory in a way, isn't it? When you are, so a couple of my friends who mentioned over here saying that, be respectful, treat the way I want to be treated. Sam said that, Jyotirmay said that, right? But what happens is when you're practicing gratitude, when you're in appreciation of another person in your life and for the value that they're bringing into you, what you're only going to do is multiply your vibration of the same towards the other person, which means that it's a ripple effect, and in a way it's a law of attraction, and more such relationships and doors of opportunities are going to be improving for you or increasing for you, right? That's the first part. Second part is so one of the thing is especially at this time, right, what you really also need to do is keep in touch with all your clients, your customers, your connections, your relationships, your business relationships. It could be government, it could be, also all of those network that you have. Also keeping or safeguarding your current relationships is also very important. You shouldn't be letting go, or because of this time of frustration or anger or anxiety or not knowing what's going to be the future, you do not want to harm your current relationships or people that you have right now. Okay. The second part or the second point is it improves physical health. Yes, and it improves longevity. Yes, it adds age to you, and it improves your physical health. Yeah, so I had a session, if some of you have actually attended them as well, session on immunity, building immunity, yes, or improving health, or the other one is improve emotional stamina. Yep. Practicing gratitude really improves your physical health as well. You will really start seeing good energy to exercise, good energy to do chores, and also your physical fitness does improve. Okay, the third point now, gratitude improves psychological health, and with this practice it reduces toxic emotion, right? When I say psychological health, it really removes or deletes or reduces toxic emotions. And when I say toxic emotions, you've heard me say this before, but these are toxic emotions: envy, resentment, guilt, frustration, regret, anger, aggressiveness. It does reduce all of that. And if you know someone in your life who has a lot of these toxic emotions, yes, they are called toxic emotions, help them with this particular exercise, of gratitude, and probably teach them, or just share my video and help them understand how being grateful and practicing gratitude on a daily basis helps them reduce such toxic feelings and emotions. Okay, the next one, it enhances empathy and reduces aggression. Yep, it enhances empathy and reduces aggression, which means that when you are, for example, in a situation where the other person is not that great in their conversation, or it could also be, for example, in a work scenario, could be feedback. Your boss is giving you feedback, or you're getting information about the way you've done certain exercise and you're not very happy about it. Your first response is not going to be aggressive, or it's not going to be of aggression, or where you're wondering, how the hell can he say something like that? No, but then it'll help you take a step back and understand, and being empathize with the situation and understand why he's saying what he's saying, right? Okay, that's the fourth one. And now the fifth part, it'll help you sleep better. Yes, it's one of the topic that I would really like to talk about. Right now, the world and the era that we are in, one of the, which is very less talked about, one of the pandemic or the epidemic that we are going through as a society and as a world is less sleep. Yes, that's affecting us in so many ways that, I can't even begin to tell you. And I have a lot of clients as well who talk to me about lack of sleep, and the reasons, right? I'm not going to delve into that. However, practicing gratitude really helps you to sleep better. Yeah, and even any amount of hours that you probably sleep, it's only going to be, the quality of sleep is going to be increasing. Yep. Okay. The way you can also do with gratitude is, especially if you have sleeping problems or you don't have deep quality sleep, what you can actually do is do the gratitude exercise just before you go to bed, 15 minutes before you go to bed, and I will teach you about that. I'll tell you how we can do that. All right. Now the sixth point is, gratitude improves self-esteem. Yes, it really improves your self-esteem, especially this is also very helpful for athletes, someone who is in a very highly competitive job, also students. It helps them a lot. It helps build your self-esteem and your confidence as well. The next one, the seventh point is, gratitude increases mental strength. Yes, that's something that we spoke about earlier, was psychological help. Those are actually to do with your emotions, and you're able to have better emotions. With this point, it increases mental strength quite a bit. Yeah, studies have shown that for people, especially who have gone through trauma, abuse, tough relationships, and also tough times in their lives, have lived in tough places, also someone who have very tough jobs as well, practicing gratitude really helps them increase their mental strength. Yep. Okay. Now these are the points that we just went through 7 points of why, and scientifically proven reasons of what happens if you practice gratitude. Okay, now what I want you to do is, we just did one exercise of someone who's probably just joined us: Saundarya, Dinah, Vikas, Shweta, Shrish, Rohit, Sunil, Mohan, Kaushik. Yep, okay, all of you. What we did, one exercise was a gratitude statement for your mother. That was the first exercise. Now, what I want you to do is, I want you to think of a person who's been extremely good to you, right? When I say good to you, if it is only your mother, you can, because we've already done that exercise. But I want you to think of someone in your immediate circle who, not like, so the reason I say that is, I don't want you to name a Bollywood star or someone who you can't reach, or meet them or talk to them. What I want you to do is write the person's name, or the relationship, if you're not comfortable of writing that person's name, or rather I want you to do both. The name of the person who's been extremely good to you through your life and has been polite to you and has taught you many lessons in life. I want you to write that person's name and your relationship with them. Yep. So please go ahead. So for me, I would probably say, as an example, I would say my father. He's been extremely good to me, kind to me. He's taught me many things in life. So I would probably put his name and my relationship with him. You can also write your teachers, your friends, anybody that you think. I want you to write that. Go ahead, write a name, the name of the person who's been very good to you in your life, who's been kind to you, and the relationship with them. 30 seconds. And I'm going to read all of them, right? As always, I'm going to read all of them, and I'm going to recognize you all there. Yeah. And I'm going to talk to you all about it. Okay, so I have so many of you watching. I want you all to participate. I want you all to be active here. So it's really kind of a participative, interactive session, which I really like about this, and I don't want it to be one way. Okay, Sam says my father. Very nice. If you're comfortable, you do write his name. Okay, do we have any more coming in? Anindita has just started watching. Thanks for joining in. Okay. All right. So this is an activity for you as well as an exercise for you all. Do think about someone who's been good to you. That's a part of recognizing and the readiness for appreciation. That's another very important aspect of gratitude as well. Mani says, my father and my aunts, my teacher. Oh, that's amazing. Rajshekhar uncle says, name and forms really rules the minds. Okay. Preman says, my mom, Premam Botara says, my mom, Kasturi, she is the best. How lovely. Om, hi. Prakash, hi. So we're doing an activity right now. This is the second activity. If you all want to write down, someone who's been good to you all your whole life, write their name and the relationship that you have. This is an exercise of gratitude. The second exercise of gratitude. Do we have any more coming in? Okay. All right. So without further ado, let's move ahead and I'm going to tell you how you can practice gratitude. Yep. Okay. And I'm going to leave you with an exercise or an activity or a challenge. And let's take this forward because I really want you all to make the most out of this session. Okay. So how do you practice gratitude? One, definitely a gratitude journal. I'm sure a lot of you have heard about it, have seen one maybe. But what I want you to do is, I want you to take a book, a diary, anything that you think you have which is easily accessible or easily available for you. And I want you to really do this. And you will see the miracles following in. All right. Okay, just before I get into how to practice gratitude, what I also probably want to tell you all at this stage is, I know what I'm saying, the reason being that I have practiced it day in and out, so much so that almost on any given day, every hour, I have somebody to thank. Yes, that's become my norm now. That's become very, me. That's my schedule now. That's how it is, right? The reason being that, I don't know how many of you all know, along with being an entrepreneur, I'm also a Usui Reiki master, a Karunaki Reiki master, an angel Reiki master. I also connect with angels as an angel channel therapist. I also do angel cards and also an access consciousness facilitator. Yes, and I practice access consciousness and access bars as well. And along with being an entrepreneur, and I'm also a dietitian and nutritionist in Ayurveda. Plus, I come with an experience of 15 years in the corporate. Okay, so that's really a long list. The reason I'm saying what I'm saying is, I have been there, I've done that, I've practiced it, and I have seen miracles after miracles by practicing gratitude. And there's nothing like practicing gratitude. And in fact, in a lot of religions, gratitude is covered in various words, in various forms, right? The first being prayer. Yep, a lot of us pray, but in Hinduism, right, prayers are in a lot of form of mantras which we don't understand. But if you really want to decode them and understand them in Sanskrit, most of the mantras or songs or bhajans that we have are actually praises to the God. We are actually praising our Lord Shiva, Lord Vishnu, Lord Brahma, Lakshmi, whoever it is. We are most often than not 90% or 95% of all of the bhajans, if you really try and understand, that is in cognizant and in terms of thanking the Lord, what He's given us, and praising Him. And that is nothing, in other words, but appreciation. And appreciation is nothing but, in other words, gratitude. Yes, a lot of religions have already taught us, but it's up to us how we really follow it. Because of a lot of the new age life that we have, we are moving away from saying that early morning bhajans, early morning shlokas, early morning mantras, or even the daily prayer that you need to say. And I don't want it to be once a week. I don't want it for you to be once in a while when the festival is there, right? Or even in Christianity, probably once a week you're visiting the church, probably only then it happens and you'll remember the Lord. And even if you see Bible, you know, the praise that goes in the Bible is outstanding, right? It's nothing but saying that I praise you, I'm there for you, therefore the Lord says you know, you be in service and I'm there for you. And that's what it is. Majority of the religion talks about appreciating their God. And that's nothing but gratitude, right? Okay, now moving back to what I was talking about, my Reiki, what I've done. So like I was saying, I'm a Usui Reiki master, Karunaki Reiki master, Angel Reiki master, and I'm an angel therapist, channeler, angel card reader, access consciousness facilitator. I've practiced it, I know how it works, and the magic it can create in your life. Yep, I'm sorry, I just repeated all of that again for my friends who've just joined in. Okay, all right. So I'm going to jump in on how do you practice gratitude. All right. So very quickly, one definitely that I told you about, the journal, gratitude journal. Now, what goes into that gratitude journal? Break that into 3 sections. All right. Definitely a gratitude journal needs to have 3 sections, which is very important. And Jyotirmai, this is where I told you, I will tell you later about treating yourself and treating others the way you want to treat yourself, and this is in line with that. Okay, break the gratitude statements into 3 sections. 1, self. Always gratitude for yourself. Gratitude in the sense, gratitude for giving me the confidence. Gratitude, Viji, I'm probably writing my statements, a couple of them, what I'm you know, going ahead and sharing it with you all. I'm grateful for having such a beautiful smile. I'm grateful for having such good, for myself I'm talking about, right? I'm grateful for being physically fit. I'm grateful for being able to look after my son. I'm grateful for being able to manage my relationships well. That is you. Only you. And most often than not, a lot of trauma, drama, frustration, anger stems from the fact that there is no self-love. Yes, and that's the reason I'm saying gratitude statements has to be 1 for self. All right, I hope you get the idea. Namrata says, you cut your hair, they look real, so gorgeous. Thank you so much. Right. The second one, okay, first is self, second one, family. Very, very, very important. You know, family is someone, whether we like it or not, we have them. We don't get to choose our parents, we don't get to choose our siblings, right? The only ones we get to choose are our friends, and probably some of you have got to choose your partners, but a lot of them have not. And living with each other day in and out is not very easy, and that is a story of every family, my friend. Every family, right? So hence, to keep that relationships intact and keep that relationships happy, making your daily life happy, and also building a good future for both of you, for all of you all together, what you really need is gratitude statements for your family. Yes. So one, if you finish, you can probably write 3 statements or 2 statements every day. Second is your family. Even if you're having a tough relationship, so I'm just giving you an example, right? I'm giving an example probably of a teenage son. I don't have one, but I'm just giving you an example. You have a teenage son and there's a lot of friction that's happening because of their hormones, because of the situation, because of the generation gap, because of maybe whatever that is, right? But you don't want that tender, loving relationship to break or to leave marks, right? So what you can probably do is, I love my son. I'm grateful that he is talented in maths. I'm grateful that he's able to make so many friends. I'm grateful that he's kind to his mother. I'm grateful that he's polite. So start recognizing the good things and appreciate those qualities in him in your gratitude journal. Always pick positive words and look for the good things in people and yourself and write them down. Okay, and I'm going to also tell you another trick later. Now self, family, and the third one, environment. And when I say environment, is your the world around you, the world that you live in. Break them down into three. One is work, right? Write grateful statements or gratitude statements for your work. If you don't work, probably if you have someone who works for you, probably your maids, your helps, your domestic help, your security guard, you can do that. That's for the homemakers, right? And for people who work, write gratitude statements for your work. Second one is nature. Very, very important. That is where you get all of our resources from, right? Mother Nature gives air, gives sunlight, gives rain, gives us plants, gives us nutrition, and everything is for free and there is no demand. And when you're grateful, all of that really starts feeling much, much more beautiful in your life. That's what happens, and they become more meaningful, and that's what starts happening in your life. Okay, and the next one is for your relationships, right? The environment will be work, nature, and your relationships. And your relationships will be your friends, your cousins, your extended families, your neighbors, right? It could also be people who are helping you on a daily basis. Really start writing gratitude statements to them as well. And most often than not, we are always writing statements about ourselves, which is an extreme, or our family, or the nature. But if you really see, we live in an ecosystem where there are thousands and thousands of organisms that live together on a daily basis, and we are made up of that, and we cannot live in silo. When you really start writing gratitude statements for all these three, you will start seeing life is so beautiful. You have so much to be thankful for. You will, like what we spoke earlier, for all the people who's just joined us, you might want to see the earlier points. We have spoken about what does it do to you when you practice gratitude, and all of that happens. All of that happens to you and much more. All right. Okay. I'm just going to quickly read. Preman, you've written something. It's way too long, probably. I think it's a poem. I'm going to probably read it later and leave it to everyone else to read later. Sam is saying, this has stuck me. When you are grateful, fear disappears and abundance appears. Tony Robbins quotes. Absolutely. You have no idea the amount of abundance that it brings into your life. It really dissipates fear, anger, frustration, regret, guilt, and those are what stops us from moving forward, stops us from having a fulfilled life, right? It is not about, like in one of my sessions that I have also told you, it is not about, and this is something that we spoke in Success Jar, right? The session on Success Jar. It's not about reaching a destination and waiting to be happy then and waiting to be successful then. It's about having successes, which means that you are living a fulfilled life on a daily basis, and that's important, right? Thank your children's friends, thank your wife's friends, thank your friends' families for making them what they are. Yes, there is no limit to what you can be grateful for, right? Another point that I really want to highlight to you all is, please keep away as much as possible from toxic media. Yes, and I'm talking about toxic media. Media is very deliberately designed to keep you at the bay of fear, and that has happened, designed in the last 2 centuries almost. That's the way media is designed. They don't say things just for the sake of saying things. No, it's all well planned, calculated, and they say things for a particular reason. So stay away from negative media, stay away from news channels. Just watch, once a day, maybe for 10 minutes, to get a gist of what's happening, or read, which is even more better, right? Stay away from toxic media, toxic people who really push your buttons. Stay away from all of them. And it's not easy, as said, as done, right? But it takes practice. Okay. Okay, Preman has written something very small. I'm going to read only that. To have fragrance of gratitude, we need to practice simplicity, acceptance, and the respect, and all the happiness comes into existence. We can feel grace of gratitude. Absolutely, but put it into practice. Okay. A couple of other things that you can actually do to practice gratitude is, one, speak kind words that I already told you. Have appreciative language towards your family members. I know it's not easy. It's the most difficult part to have appreciative, like, tell your wife almost every day, if the food is good, genuinely appreciate her every day. Nothing is going to happen. This whole negative quotes about saying sar pe chada ke rakhe ho, or that will make her more overconfident, blah blah blah, all that happens only depending on the way you say it. If there's sarcasm included, or if something is being said in favor or asking for something in return, is when it gives them, the other person, that message. But if you say it with utter genuinity, they will really appreciate it, and that is what builds great relationships and bonds. Okay, say kind words, appreciate people. Meditation, that is another big part of gratitude, and the way I will tell you how you can do it is, when you have your gratitude journal, which I know all of you will start doing it, and by the way, I want all of you, and I will tag you all, I want all of you to send me a picture of your gratitude journal. Okay, by tomorrow morning you can leave a comment here, and in this section itself leave a comment with, or post a picture of your gratitude journal. I want you to just click a picture, tag me there and say my gratitude journal. Okay, and I'm going to probably send you a picture of mine. All right, and let's post it over there. How about that? That's a great activity to do, and that's a great start, and I want you all to action what you learn. All right, okay. Meditation. So once you build up a good amount of gratitude statements on a daily basis, at least write 3 statements on a daily basis. If you can write more, nothing like it, do write more. But what I want you to do is include something new every day. All right, like a new statement on a daily basis. Like, for example, it could be very minuscule, but I'm so grateful for the lovely bed that I sleep every day. I'm grateful for having a great house. I'm grateful that I have lovely plants in my house. I'm grateful that my boss or my manager is supporting me even during this time. I'm grateful for the person that my boss, he is. All right, so start adding new statements on a daily basis. Okay, and now what you do is, when you sit for your meditation, use these statements, gratitude statements, in your meditation. So repeat them, use them, put some meditation music on, and just say these gratitude statements in your head over and over again, and repeat them. And when you start saying them, you will see there'll be a flow of so many other things that you appreciate in your life, and continue for that to happen during your meditation, and you will feel the magic immediately after that, or the next day. You will immediately feel a boost of happiness, and you will be so relaxed, and your sense of calmness will peak, and that's what's going to happen. All right, okay. A couple of other things that you can do is volunteer to help people. That is really another great way of practicing gratitude. Kind words, meditation, exercise. When you go for exercise, listen to peaceful and calm music. That really also helps you boost your health. That is very, very, very important. Another one that you can actually do is, on a regular basis, right, call your friends or call your family members who are very close to you, and say a hi to them. And if you can do that during this week, nothing like it. And I'm going to post all the things that you can possibly do, and if you do that, nothing like it. All right, so there are about several ways of doing, but I've given you the ones which are very practical, the ones that you can actually do on a daily basis, and that's something that really, really will help you in terms of all of those points that we spoke on, scientific ways of what it's going to do to your health. All right, so there you go, and I'm almost on my closing. I have actually extended today compared to all my other sessions the other days that we have. And thank you everyone for joining me on a weekly basis. It's nothing but fabulous to have you guys, and I have people messaging me personally asking me for when my next session is, wanting to know when the next session is and what the topic is. So I'm so grateful for that. Absolute gratitude on that, right? Considering we have a session on that. What I want you all to do is feel free to go ahead and share this video, comment, leave a feedback, let me know how it is, and I'll tell you my secret. And the reasons I do these Facebook live sessions is my way of giving back and being kind back to the society, giving back to the society, giving back to my friends. And nothing like doing this, especially at times like this. And this is what we need, guys. We really need to be there for each other. And it doesn't matter whether you know each other or not. The difference that you can make, even for one person on a daily basis, you have really achieved something. And that's what we should be looking for, and that's what I want you to look out for as well. All right. Okay. So Sam says gratitude to you too. Absolutely. I'm so glad that you've been there for all my sessions. For all the first people who've joined in for the first time, this is my 6th session. Go ahead and watch my Facebook wall. I've saved all my videos there, all my live sessions. There's been nothing but love, 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 and acceptance and happiness of people joining me on a weekly basis and being benefited big time. All right. So there are 2 challenges. I'm going to repeat it. One, I want you to create a gratitude journal. If you already don't have one, I want you to post a picture in these comments or probably on your FB wall and tag me. All right. Secondly is, I want you to get in touch with someone you've never got in touch with for a very long time, and they've been good to you, they've been nice to you, and they really, really mean something to you. Go ahead and do that. And thirdly, I have given a challenge to a couple of you out here. Go ahead and tell your mom the statements that you have mentioned right here, all right, to them in person. Tag them or post a picture or write that statement and tag me there. So these are the 3 challenges, and I want you all to go ahead and do it, and I'm going to be looking at them. And I really want you all to have abundance, prosperity, and great health for all the years to come. All right. So Mani says, great thoughts from you, madam. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. And someone also just messaged saying that this is the session that is so much needed. Absolutely. So thank you, guys. You've been fabulous as always. You guys have been participative all the time, and you have allowed me to do it. So thanks a bunch. You guys take care. Have a safe stay at home and be safe. And I will see you guys next week. And don't forget all of those actions and activities that I asked you all to do. All right. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.